For example, in the month of January to April, we've had 840 million attacks in Kenya on our various infrastructures. And we would not be able to discern that or be able to tell that if we're not able to scan the environment.
Did you say 840 million?
840 million.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
And that's on all our infrastructure, whether it is government or even in the private sector.
How do you balance effective cyber intelligence gathering with data privacy and digital rights? Because data privacy is very critical. It'd be nice to get your insight.
Yeah, first of all, the various legislations that we have, for example, in Kenya, strives to ensure that there is a balance in terms of rights and protecting, protecting privacy and also rights of individuals whose privacy could be infringed. And there are various means of ensuring that is done. For example, for us as intelligence service, we're required to apply for warrants. You just can't start looking at or start investigating or snooping around without having warrants that would later on, of course, be utilized in the court of law. But there's also various institutions like the Data Protection Agency that we have in Kenya that ensures that privacy is secured and that there's no infringement by law enforcement agencies. However, it's a very delicate balance because on the one hand, you can't just sit until a cyber threat occurs or cyber attack occurs. So you have to also be proactive. And the question is, how do you then balance that? And sometimes it's not easy to say that you will be able to apply a warrant because you don't know when that warrant is required and at what point that warrant will be applied effectively to safeguard you from any attacks. So what we try to do is ensure that we scan the environment effectively in a manner that does not infringe on an individual, that you are able to see what is happening in that environment and then intervene at the right time. Of course, the downside of that is, individuals might argue that you are snooping on them and you're breaking the law, but it's very difficult in this environment not to be able to scan it and be able to intervene at the right moment. For example, in the month of January to April, we've had 840 million attacks in Kenya on our various infrastructures. And we would not be able to discern that or be able to tell that if we're not able to scan the environment and be able to intervene at the right time. And therefore, that balance is very delicate and sometimes you can be accused of infringing it. But we try and strive as best as we can. And we try also to ensure that the oversight mechanisms that are there are effectively able to oversight us and oversight all individuals who are in the criminal justice system. Yeah.
Did you say 840 million?
840 million.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
And that's on all our infrastructure, whether it is government or even in the private sector. And it's something that is ever increasing, especially in our environment in Kenya.
Yeah, and everywhere else. I mean, the threat actors are not backing down. The sophistication and the level of advancement keeps increasing.